to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together, we bring more. Beef, it's what's for dinner. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers. This message courtesy of the Arkansas Beef Council and Beef, it's what's for dinner.com.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google or Yahoo it or Bing it. Jazzco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jamart. Jamart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jamart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jamart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jamart locations in the area. Jamart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
For 33 years, Mansfield's Automotive Parts City Auto Parts has been trusted as your one-stop for all your vehicle needs. Get a great deal on a Superstar battery and any of the products you need for the do-it-yourself upkeep on your car or truck. When you need work done, Mansfield Automotive Parts City Auto Parts does everything from oil changes, brakes, alignments, diagnostic work, air conditioning, and more. Mansfield Automotive Parts City Auto Parts in downtown Mansfield is open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and 8 to 1 on Saturdays.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
By the way, total random story here. We have a random giant truck in our parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if somebody ran out of gas and obnoxiously parked. Like, it's not pulled into a space, it's pulled across 3 spaces.
Right. I got here this morning. I thought you got a new truck.
Yeah. Those pole vaulting skills went up over the weekend.
Right.
Yeah, he's been working on that. He's got another foot in him. That pole vaulting experience getting into the vehicle was really something.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when he hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy to see you.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Guys, I will tell you, as I greet you from Providence, Rhode Island this morning, I just saw the new Beat Bart's Bracket logo.
Yeah.
I saw it on your Facebook thing, Bo, and that is some impressive artwork. It's an exciting time to be alive, and I'm ready to fill my bracket out today.
It's amazing how things get to you. I think it was in a group text yesterday, but you saw
Well,
it
I
on
didn't see it
Facebook.
then. I didn't. Well, I don't think I got the group text.
I don't think
I did.
Was it not?
No, I don't think
Well,
so.
we should have.
Okay.
Because
That was
Chuck,
Bart's
the
design
point
work.
is that if you want to reach Chuck, don't send him an email, don't send him a text. Eventually, he'll get to a point in the day where he's bored. And he gets in that chair wherever it's going to be. And today it's at a hotel room in Providence, Rhode Island. He puts his house slippers on and he sits back and he's got a cup of whatever and he starts scrolling Facebook.
You know me so well, Bo.
The world becomes right. And there it is.
That's
Bart's
right.
Bracket.
That's right.
Bart's
Beat
Bracket.
Bart's Bracket.
And I was, in years past, I was thinking as we unveiled this yesterday, in years past when we did a show, it was like, how big can our March Madness prize be? Like a new car? If you win the bracket, you get in the drawing for a new car.
Corvette.
This year it's $150 to walk-ons, which is that's a great day.
It's a good time.
That's a good time.
That's
And,
what it is.
It's not about the money. It's not about the prize. It's about the pride.
It's about the winning.
It's about the pride. And by the way, the great thing, Bart, tell me if I'm right about this. An early trip to the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Good morning.
Good morning.
Right off the bat.
Tell me if you're in an ESPN bracket, like our bracket competition. So we're in a group, but if you have a perfect bracket, are you still eligible to win the cajillion dollars or whatever that's at stake?
I think you have to click like a box when you fill out
but
your
you
bracket.
can do a dual thing.
Yeah.
So you can be in multiple bracket competitions and still in the ESPN overall, and that's the beauty of it.
Right.
One of the few things.
How many
ESPN
brackets are you
does
going to
so
enter, Bart?
That's right.
How many brackets are you going to be in, Bart?
You can't hear him.
Bart
He wants to
can't
know
hear me.
how many brackets you're going to be in. I don't know why you can't hear him, but we'll figure that out.
How many brackets I'm going to fill out?
Yeah,
or
like what? Like how many contests will you be in?
Oh, just like this one.
How many brackets are you going to fill out?
Just one.
Just one official one.
Yeah.
You're not the guy that fills
Oh,
out.
no, I'll be in 2 bracket contests.
Okay.
But I'm going to have one.
Are you on that? You're in with the Hit That Line group? You're in their bracket contest too?
No, I
Is that
haven't
what-
been invited
you-
to participate in that one.
Well, I think it's open. to
Well, it wouldn't be fair. I mean, you'd have to tie half your.
Be fair.
Maybe I'll put that in.
You know.
That's right. It wouldn't be fair. So
Um,
I'm glad you're. I'm glad you're the star of ours.
Well, I appreciate that.
Do you feel pretty good, or have you filled out your bracket?
Not completely, no.
Okay.
Because some of these first 4 games, not the 16 seed ones, but the ones between the 11 seeds, might have an impact on what what happens.
By the
North
way-
Carolina, for example, beat Ole Miss.
Go ahead, Chuck. We got to
Well, I
get
was gonna
Bart to
say-
be able to hear you. By the way,
No, that's okay.
We'll figure that
No,
out.
that's
here in a
okay. It
minute.
was
or
my
you
fault.
could talk about him. You could talk about him the whole show without him being able to hear you, which would also be another dynamic. It looks like we just have some chords to change.
I
Go
got
ahead.
you. By the way, if you went to bed early, like I did, North Carolina just won big over San Diego State.
Yeah.
But that Alabama State St. Francis game, I mean, that is the NCAA tournament right there.
Let's listen in.
Seconds left, and here we go. This is where dreams are made. They're going for it all. Simpson, home run play, the deflection. Oh! Layup! 0.7 seconds left. Alabama State in front.
70-68, True TV, the credit for the audio. Chuck, the way to describe this is it's a Hail Mary to the end zone.
That's what I
length
thought.
of the court. It gets batted around between 4 or 5 players. One guy comes out with it and makes a layup.
And the pass was perfect. I mean, it was like a quarterback on a Hail Mary throwing it into the end zone, and everybody scrums together. You know, everybody bunches up, and you play the carom. And that's what happened. And in basketball, you play the carom, you get the ball, you lay it in, you win the game. And, when I'm going to tell you the truth, when they started these play-in games some years back, I thought that's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why are they doing this?
Why are they expanding?
But, you watched that game last night, and let's be honest, the SWAC's not going to win many NCAA tournament games. Most of the time, they're going to be the 16 seed. In the old bracket, 64 teams, that champion, and a lot of small conference champions. They are nothing but first-round fodder. They go to the tournament, they get their brains beaten in, and then they come home. But in a game like that, that's the first NCAA tournament win in the history of that program. I don't know how many NCAA tournament wins the SWAC has, but I'm going to guess you can count them on one hand. And I just think that's what the tournament's all about right there.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the way you described that.
It's so violent.
Well,
Brains beaten in.
It was good. I was actually thinking about something similar this morning when I saw I went to watch the North Carolina game at halftime. I had a bunch of dad duties, and by the time I got to the TV, also had a wreck yesterday. I'll tell you about.
You did?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Clearly I'm okay. Other than mentally, and that's just a day-to-day.
How's
thing.
that fancy truck?
Oh, it's got a dent in the middle of the front.
Uh-oh.
Of it. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The car looks much worse. It makes you reconsider having anything other than a truck.
Yeah.
When you get in a wreck and you come out on the right end of it. It's a middle lane situation.
I got you.
It's a real frustration for me. I'll get back to it. But anyhow.
Well, we're just glad you're
Well,
okay. That's the main thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Chuck. Thank
Yeah.
you. I was going to see if you could come get me, and then I realized, A, I was fine, and B, you were in Providence.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that would have been the dramatic move. Chuck, I've been in an accident. Can you come get me? And
What?
then you
Well,
would have
where's
shown
Bart?
up. You would have shown up, and you would have been like, your truck looks completely drivable. I know, but mentally, I just can't do it.
I
Can
know.
you come get me?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'd have been there.
Yeah, I know. And I watched then the game, or I turned on the game at halftime, and I'm like, well, this is worse than a car wreck. I mean, North Carolina, this isn't even a matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, San Diego State's overmatched. And then I was thinking to myself, like, wait a second. Do we spend all this time arguing about whether West Virginia and Indiana and North Carolina should get in? And what we really have is all these trash teams that Chuck just mentioned with the hope that one of them will put on a slipper and call themselves Cinderella and dance into the Sweet 16. And that's the whole lore of it all. But what are we doing? We're not really getting the best 64 or 68 teams in the field. That's not what we really do. We try to get the best group of power conference teams in, and then these conference champions over here so we can be inclusive. And March Madness comes from upsets, and so we're just hoping one of those will be a team that makes a run. Maybe we need more play-in games. Maybe this is just a half-baked idea. But maybe what we need is we need to have this little pre-tournament for 2 or 3 days early in the week, kind of like we have now, maybe just more games on these Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And anybody that was sort of right there on the fringe like that, we just let them go play those other teams that people were wondering if they should really be in, but they won their conference tournament.
You know, that game yesterday, or the first game last night, I don't know, basketball people will understand this. Sometimes you go to the gym on a Saturday and there's a tournament going on and you just watch games all day. And you don't always understand everything about the teams you're watching. But there'll be a game in the middle of the day that's like one of the best games you've ever seen in your life. You don't know any of the players on either of the teams, but, man, that was a good game. That's what I kept thinking last night, watching St. Francis and Alabama State. I don't know anything about either one of those teams. But I still this morning couldn't name you one player on either team. I don't know the name of the guy who made the layup. But that was a great game, and I'm glad I watched it. And so, you know, that's what the tournament's all about.
It's I'm excited about tonight. Xavier in Texas. Xavier's a 3.5-point favorite.
What's the first game tonight? That'll be the good game.
American and somebody.
Mount St. Mary's.
Mount St. Mary's.
Okay. Well, that'll be the one to watch.
Not to be confused with St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's.
Mount St. Mary's.
An American. What's American?
Isn't that a private school in Little Rock? Mount St. Mary's?
Yes, but different school, different.
I got you. I got you. Okay.
Subiaco Academy in this
Subiaco.
Who else? The Deer Antlers.
I mean, you should be able to guess what American's mascot is. American University.
Oh, I was going to say the Eagles.
Are they the Patriots?
No, they're the Eagles. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, the Eagles. Okay. Wow. All right.
Wow. I should retire now. I'm not good at guessing trivia.
Me either.
That was good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself. So yesterday, I know you want to know the story. So
I do.
Thanks for asking.
How did it happen?
Well, I'm turning left, to go southbound, okay? But northbound are the 2 lanes in front of me, and, of course, there's the middle lane. I'm pulling out of a parking lot, and traffic is backed up a quarter of a mile from the light. And I have dropped my daughter off at her cheer practice, and I'm easing out, and the traffic stopped. And there's a gap where I can go. And so I do the classic, I'm going to turn left. I'm going through 2 lanes of traffic, and then I'm going to turn left. Nobody's coming. So I look in the middle lane, nobody's there. I look to my right. The southbound lanes are clear. That's the way I'm going. I start to go, and out of nowhere, this car had decided they were going to skip the line of traffic and just scream around in the middle lane. And by the time I hit them, they were in front of me, like in the southbound lane going north. They weren't even in the turning lane. I guess they suddenly saw me and whipped out so far that they were in the opposite lane going the wrong direction. I got T-boned them. I mean, I'm barely accelerated. I'm just taking off to go. Bam, T-bone them. They're fine. Like, they just get bounced over a little bit and pull up, and there we are sitting in the middle lane waiting for the cop to show up.
Wow.
And the cop shows up, and he goes, it's really dangerous here. And I'm like, yeah, no bleep. I just hit somebody.
Did you say bleep?
No, I said, yes, sir.
You guys didn't pull over to the side of the road? Everybody knows that. You pull off into a parking lot.
We're in the middle lane. There's 2 lanes on either side. Where do you want to go?
Into a parking lot.
I've already tried to get through this line of traffic once. It didn't work out very well.
I got you.
I'm just going to sit here and ponder this. It was so weird. I don't even know how to explain this thought. It was so weird. Like, I was so stunned that it happened. I almost kept driving. Like I'd hit some bump in the road. And
That'd have been a good move.
I was like, wait, I got to stop. And then I was just annoyed. And then here's the best part. It's my fault.
Oh, well. I didn't want to ask at the beginning. You know, that's the natural question is whose fault was it?
Yeah,
I didn't want to ask.
According to the police officer, I'm at fault. Me and my attorney and the insurance company are going to feel different.
All right. A legal battle.
Yeah. We'll play that out live on the show.
How come this couldn't happen yesterday when you were taking your daughter to school? We could have done it live on the air. That would have been fun. That would have been fun.
Oh,
your timing was...
Preferably after I dropped her off on the way back.
Next time you have a fender bender, if you wouldn't mind, let's try to find a way to get it on the air.
During the show. I'll work on that. 6:15. Don't have a wreck with your taxes. Get them done with H&R Block. They can help you file with confidence. 70 years of tax expertise going to work for you. You walk in or make an appointment, but H&R Block's going to help you get that assurance, a 100% accuracy assurance on your max refund, guaranteed. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. It's Wednesday.
Touching the hearts of Arkansans, the passive-aggressive Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precedent. We'd love to help.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Let's go. It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for Halftime Live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
Wave Rural Connect is excited to introduce our new 300 megabit internet service. Perfect for streaming, remote work, and homework for just $64.95 a month. Get no worries, cyber safe managed Wi-Fi for a total of $71.95. Order today at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. We're adding new services and expanding our areas for you. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 Fort Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their their work.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wacker-Neuson dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wacker-Neuson dealer.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I've always been the underdog. I was raised as the underdog, us against everybody.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What do you think of Cal as an underdog, Chuck?
Well, I believe him when he says back in the day, I was an underdog. I believe that. And I'll tell you, you spend 15 years at Kentucky, though, you're not the underdog very many times. But I get what he's saying.
That's what he says.
I get what
though.
he's saying.
He does clarify that and say, until I got to Kentucky, I was always, fighting uphill.
Well, I agree with that.
And, then he got there and did that, and then they did what they do. They chew you up and spit you out. And we're fortunate to have him. In my opinion, my humble opinion, you're fortunate to have Cal going into this NCAA tournament. Jimmy was really strong on St. John's yesterday, by the way, in their defense.
I know
this
he was.
This is a defensive regional site. St. John's is number 1 in the country in defensive efficiency. Arkansas is 20th. Kansas is, 12th, something like that? 11th. And, is anybody going to score in this regional?
Well, you don't get to this point without being good defensively. Those are the things that, when you talk about teams that win games, that overcome things, come from behind and get wins. I mean, you just think about an individual game. I mean, a single game. If you're behind and you come back and win, it starts with getting stops. That's the first thing you've got to do. And if you're going to win an NCAA tournament game, and if you're going to win the kind of games that get you into the NCAA tournament, you got to get stops. And these are the teams that are able to do that. St. John's very good defensively. There's a lot of teams out there that, Houston I think about. Tennessee's this way in our league. There aren't a lot of teams out there that can score 55 points and win. Most teams, if they are held to 55 or they score 58, they're going to lose the game. These teams routinely win games, and it's because they're so good defensively. And, that's for all the talk about the coaching personalities that are here, and, there are big ones. It's going to be the team that gets the most stops that wins.
Hunter Dickinson, in his 5th year of college basketball, 7 feet 2 inches tall. It takes a long time for me to say that. 17.5 points. Thanks, Chuck. 17.5 points a game. That was like a laugh on the Cal show.
Well, yeah. I didn't really realize I was supposed to laugh there. But when you said that, I thought, well, let me give him a quick laugh.
Let me help my guy along.
That's right.
We know when his dauber gets down, it's not good for the show.
You got to lift up your friends.
17.5 points and 10 rebounds a game. He averages a double-double.
Yeah,
that's it's the most obvious thing to talk about, but he figuring that out, and Jonas Adu and Ovicic, and this is where you're going to miss Thero. Thero, I hate to focus on this because you can't do anything about it, but he's an all-time kind of NCAA tournament guy. He's the guy you want in an NCAA tournament game. Can play rugged defense against multiple spots on the floor, and when you need that bucket just to go bang and it's not going well or get fouled, he just brings so much to the table. It's just it's disappointing for him and the team that he can't play. But that will be if I had to pick something besides shooting, because when Arkansas just goes cold, that's when they really struggle. When they don't even have to be hot, but they just can't they can't have these 2 or 3 games we've seen this year where it just goes almost shockingly cold. But the big guys, Avicic and Adu and Trevin Brazil, like in this Kansas game, and if they win this game, it won't be the only game. Like, to me, that's, if you want to go to another key, that's just such a huge component to this game.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that, Dickinson not playing in the exhibition game back in October, that's a big part of the reason why you have to completely discount everything that happened that night. Dickinson's not just 7'2". He's a 7'2" wide body. This kid's thick. You mentioned the three guys for Arkansas right there. Short of Adu, maybe Adu, those guys can't body up. Avicic can't body up Dickinson one-on-one. Neither can Trevin. Unless you literally cut him with an elbow. He's going to use his backside, and you're going to end up in the front row. And my point is it's got to be multiple people. We are going to focus on the Dickinson-Adu matchup. Everybody will, because it's such a natural thing to focus on. But Jonas can't do this by himself, and Jonas can't play the whole game. And they're going to do all kinds of things to try to get mismatches and to get a situation where Dickinson is no longer guarded by Jonas. And so that's going to be, to me, the biggest challenge of the game, is can they keep Kansas off the offensive glass? Is there going to be an opportunity for second shots when Arkansas misses? Will there be an opportunity for second chance points? Can Arkansas go get offensive rebounds? But more than anything, when you earn a stop on the defensive end, you got to finish it off with a rebound. That's the last act of a stop, is getting the rebound. And to me, that's just going to be one of the real keys.
Saw some video of Boogie at practice the Hogs Plus put out. When you put out clips, you don't know what the rest of practice looked like. But boy, his stroke looked pretty good. It looked like he could shoot it like he never left.
If being happy to be here was the key, Arkansas would sweep this regional and neither one of the games would be close. This team's loose. They're having a good time right now. It's a product of this staff. It's a product of Cal and the guys that he's got on his staff who've been here umpteen times and know exactly how to handle everything. But this team's loose. They practiced at Providence yesterday. These guys are gym rats. This is how it happens every trip, and it happened yesterday. They go from the airport to the gym. There's no getting settled in and all this stuff and have a little snack, and then we'll go over and shoot around a little bit. They go straight to the gym from the airport. And they did that yesterday to Providence, and they'll go practice at Brown University today. And then they'll have the open practice at the Amica Pavilion, and they'll do media stuff today. But my point is that these guys are glad to be in the NCAA tournament. I've been around teams before over the years that you could tell were just happy to be there. Arkansas is happy to be here because they think they're going to be here for a while.
It's a confidence. It's not just
there is a confidence that is that is evident.
That's why they came here.
It doesn't. Now look, Kansas feels the same way. I'm sure they're Kansas. They got a Hall of Fame coach too. He's been here a bunch. He knows how to handle his team. I'm sure in the Kansas hotel they feel the very same way that we do in this one.
I don't disagree, but I wonder how true that is, and I'll tell you why. Because they're not used to being in this spot. Arkansas is in a brand new spot as a program. All these players on the team for the first time. Everything's new. It didn't go well. They had all this adversity. They overcame it. They're playing some of their best basketball. All Kansas has listened to all year is how they're not good enough and how they're not as good as they normally are. And the Jayhawks are a number 7 seed for the first time in Self's tenure and the first time since 2000 under Roy Williams that Kansas is rated lower than a 4 seed. So, to me, I wonder how that impacts their move.
That's a fair question.
Like this they're two different vibes. I'll say that. Like how
that's fair.
Like Self's a Hall of Fame coach, and he'll have his guys ready to play, and I'm sure those guys will be motivated to play. But these are two completely different vibes coming into this thing.
Well, that's the great unknown. You know, I would have thought North Carolina might have felt that way last night, and they came out and just blew them away. So you just don't know how all that's going to factor in. One thing I've been thinking about, though, and I don't know if this will have anything to do with what happens, is that I can remember when Arkansas played Kentucky up in Lexington. We talked on the show about how Adu Thero said, I've played here lots of times. And it was evident during the game that particularly the Kentucky guys were playing free and easy. These Kentucky guys, DJ and Zvonimir, Coach Cal, they got bumped early last year. And even though it didn't happen here, it happened to them. And I guarantee you they're thinking about that. They don't want to feel that way again. So, again, I don't know. That didn't affect us last year. In fact, we took a lot of joy when they got bumped. But I got to believe in the back of their mind they'd like to win an NCAA tournament game.
We're just getting into it today. If you want to jump in, call, text, you know the number. It's 877-377-6963. You can follow us anywhere on the Chuck and Bo Show via social media at Chuck and Bo Show or the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. The wind was really blowing here again this morning and last night. It's going to be one of those weird days where the temperature goes down to a high of 59, like from the lower 60s we started with this morning, and then it'll get cold overnight. It's going to be in the 30s tonight, and it's that unpredictable weather time. And Pascal can help you with that. Pascal Plumbing, Air, and Electric. Protect your home now with the whole home generator from Pascal. Right now, get $500 off a free whole home surge protector when you install your generator before May 1st. Plus, take advantage of no interest financing or low monthly payments. Imagine whole home protection for the same cost as your daily cup of coffee. Schedule your free estimate now at gopascal.com. That's gopascal.com. Back in a minute. It's 6:32 on a Wednesday. The Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Like, I think you should look at yourself today in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me?
Okay, I will.
I'm not talking about you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on, skied in the left. That ball's hit pretty well. It is gone! Brett Eibner's hit a home run and the ball game's tied. Brett Eibner has hit a home run and the ball game is tied. The Razorbacks down to their final out, and Eibner, for all his troubles this season, has just saved things.
Listen to every Razorback baseball game on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hi, this is Sydney from Bangarang Golf Course. Our 2025 annual memberships are still available for purchase. Be sure to stop by for more information. We're excited to announce that sign-ups for our youth golf program are now open for the spring session. The Bangarang Youth Golf Academy is a fantastic way to introduce your kids to the great game of golf. Our program focuses not only on the skills of golf, but also teaches the values of integrity, self-confidence, and a strong work ethic. We offer classes for kids ages 3 to 16, and our spring session will run from March 25th to May 16th. For more information or to sign up, please call us at 479-646-2444.
Ty Richardson, we're live here at First Financial Mortgage. I'm here with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know I probably texted you 100 times during this process, man. I didn't know what I was doing. Luckily, you did.
Yeah, Ty. It was always great working with you. Glad we can help you get closed. A good loan officer is someone who can answer questions after hours, before hours, and be available when you're needed. We get pre-qualifications in, get buyers pre-qualified so they can search for homes and get them closed quick. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5. FFB1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio.
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Got to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Well, it was one of the great non-marriage times of my life, I tell you that. To meet Chuck Berry, the only thing that's even close to is meeting Bo.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, Mardrakus Wade, former Razorbacks, on that Alabama State staff, so that must have been a
Is
fun
he
night
really?
for him last night. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew he was on one of those staffs, but, I get confused. There's like a North Alabama, and there's like more teams in the state of Alabama, some of these colleges. But, yeah, he's on that staff. Somebody texted in and reminded us of it. And, boy, he was a hard-nosed defender.
Yeah, he was.
Boy, he was an on-the-ball defender. And good for him. I mean, that's exciting. That's a moment that it's sort of a bucket list thing. If you get to be in March and you win a game like that, as great as March Madness is, you could play several games in March Madness, and I know there's nothing like it. To just play in March Madness or be a part of it's awesome, but to have one of those wins, that's sort of a buzzer beater March Classic moment that is going to be on one shining moment. You can play in 5 of those and that never happened.
No, you're right. And, you think about the 2 schools that played last night. This was pointed out on True TV by the guy who was hosting the studio show that, you've got a historically black college from Montgomery, Alabama, less than 4,000 students, I think, somewhere around that. You've got a small Irish Catholic school from the Northeast with about 2,500 students. Think about what a big moment that game was last night on both campuses.
Awesome.
And think about what it's like this morning in Montgomery, Alabama, on that small campus of Alabama State. And, they're going to get to go, or the team they're going to play is less than an hour away. And Montgomery's an Auburn town. So, I think it's great. I did not know Mardrakas was on the staff. I think he's from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken.
Memphis.
All right. Well, then I'm wrong again. But either way, I'm happy for him. No matter where he's from, I'm happy for him.
That's fantastic. The Hail Mary pass, we talked about it earlier. But so Alabama State won by throwing it the length of the floor with like 2 seconds left, and the ball, it's like kind of gets tipped around, and the guy comes out with it, and it's not a touchdown. He's got to make the shot, obviously. So he comes out with it and then makes the layup, and just how the ball gets in the right guy's hands like that in the middle of 5 guys, and he makes a layup. And, when we think about March Madness, we think about the big shots. We think about the shots that go in. What we don't think about, unless you've been on that end of it, is what happens to everybody that was on the wrong end of it. Like, that's the worst feeling of all time to lose a game.
They had one kid that played a great game. That number 4, I think, man, he played a great game.
Chuck watched it. Well,
It was.
We need a dinner update. How did it go? Like, first, I'm going to take a call in a second. Actually, hold on.
I'm sorry.
We'll get to that. We'll take a call,
All right.
and I want to hear how night 1 in Providence went. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that you ventured out.
No, I didn't. It was terrible.
Tim and Greer's Ferry. Tim, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I just wanted to make a quick comment about Adu Thero. I know over the next few months, a lot of these guys are going to have to make a decision what they're going to do next year, and whatever's best for him, I really hope the best for him. But if the best thing for him is to come back to Arkansas, I think that'll be great. I saw a clip of an interview you did with him, and you asked him what did he hope to accomplish here, and he said, "I just want to be somebody's favorite Razorback. I want to be like Ronnie Brewer." I thought that was really cool, and I'd really like to see him back next year if that's going to be the best move for him. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. These guys, you forget they're kids. And I sit down and they look like grown men and often carry themselves in that way. And then there are these moments where, they almost giggle. Like, and I always ask all these guys on these hog pods, like, when your time's over as a Razorback, how do you hope to be remembered? Like, that's how I like to end it. Because I want to hear what they're thinking. Like, what's their idea of being here? And you get a lot of interesting answers. And he was like, man, I want to be somebody's favorite Razorback. I want to walk around like Ronnie Brewer and people go like, hey, Ronnie.
Yeah. I mean, and they look at Ronnie Brewer as an old man.
Yeah.
And I look at
he's
Ronnie
almost
Brewer
40.
and I look at Ronnie Brewer and I think about me being an old
I think
man.
about him at Woodland Junior High.
Yeah, right. But these guys look at Ronnie as like, hey, he's a grown man and then some. He's retired. But you're right. And there are moments, particularly when it's just them, that you realize they are kids. Years back when I would travel on the baseball buses, you'd hear these players calling their parents or their girlfriends on the phone, and they sounded like every other 18 or 19-year-old on the planet. And that's when you kind of realize that, they look older than they are.
I don't see Thero coming back, but it's
hard to say.
Here's the clip. Edward on the ready.
I want to be more popular than Ronnie.
How do you hope Razorback fans remember Adu Thero?
Great team player. Always had energy, fun to watch. My favorite hog. That's gonna be the one. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I want to be. I want to be more popular than Ronnie. We walk around, everyone's always like, Ronnie, this and that. So it's like, I want to get there.
I mean, that's just an insight. But, that is the best part of one of the great parts of being a Razorback. I mean, we Chuck and I get to speak from, sometimes it's not bad being old. We laugh about it and all that. But there's experience and there are perspectives that come with that, and we keep young people around like Edward and Bart and others to just help us, and eventually drive us around when we're no longer able to, or get in and out of the car.
Come see us.
but these, what we've seen over the years, Chuck, are these scenarios, and this is one of the great things that I said. One of the great, I think, disappointments for Malik Monk. Malik Monk went to Kentucky and became another Kentucky guy. he could have played 1 year at Arkansas and almost regardless of what happened, been a legend here for life. And I know that Kentucky reveres their basketball players and whatever, but like I just feel like it means a little bit more here. And we've seen it, you know, you just pick a name, whether it's Joe Klein or Corey Beck or Pat Bradley or, you know, wherever you want to go. I mean, Blake Edens wasn't like a star at Arkansas, but man, he's a fixture in our state.
Here's the thing you have to remember, though. All those guys are legends, if you want to use that term, because their teams won games. They won games at this time of the season. And that's where this team's arrived at now. If Adu Thero wants to be somebody's favorite Razorback, and a lot of these other guys want to be people's favorite Razorbacks, this is the time of year when those legends are made, so to speak. Just like the guys that won game, you know, the kid for Alabama State last night. I mean, he'll be a legend from now till the end of time. Those guys, you know, they did things to make people remember them. And that involves winning games in March. And that involves winning games in the NCAA tournament. And these guys have a chance to do that now. And, you know, everything feels different. Didn't it feel different watching the games last night?
Yeah.
Would you have sat down? I know I would not have.
Different.
I would not have sat down for 2 hours and watched Alabama State and St. Francis play a month ago. Wouldn't have even considered it.
It's the time of year, man, and you mark special occasions, and we got to hit a break. Let me tell you about Blakeman's first. They'll help you mark any special occasion. Maybe it's a celebration of a milestone you've hit in your career or with your family or a graduation like we got coming up. Or maybe you're thinking about taking the next step with your partner. Maybe you're getting married. Blakeman's has something for every occasion, and the shopping experience there is something unto itself. It's a new era of elegance, a new showroom with expanded, breathtaking jewelry, expert service tailored for you, a glass of Prosecco or an espresso or a latte. They've got their own coffee bar in the newly renovated Blakeman's in Rogers. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, it's the place to mark your story. It's where your journey ends and your story begins. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. 647. Good morning. Chuck and Bo Show.
When you went into the Hall of Fame, I think it was at a Western Sizzling.
I think it was. It was at a motel. It wasn't a hotel. It was a motel.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective. More importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. You're following idiots.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Oh my God, hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. We dial 782-8940.
Coach Todd Holland, head baseball coach of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Lions. I call 782-8940.
Stay cool this summer with a York high-efficiency HVAC unit. Or for more information on endless hot water and high-efficiency tankless water heaters, give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
At Evans Body Shop, we take pride in delivering exceptional customer service to our customers. Here's what some of them have to say.
They keep us posted at every stage. We get phone calls saying it's going to the paint shop or the parts have come in, and they've always just exceeded everything that we hope to have.
They do absolute fantastic work. Never have any complaints from anybody I know. My family has gone to them, my friends. I refer everybody I know to Evans Body Shop.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
Let's go. It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for Halftime Live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I am not a planner, and that's the problem.
How does that, this may be a little personal, sorry. How does that work in married life if you're not a planner?
Well, evidently not well.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Speaking of planning, H&R Block can help you do it. They'll get it done for you. Get the taxes done. File with confidence because tax season's here. 70 years of tax prep expertise working for you. Breathe easy. File with confidence. They'll organize for you at H&R Block. There's one around the corner. Speaking of being married, Alec Baldwin and his wife were, some red carpet event. And they were being interviewed about their potential second season of a reality TV show that I didn't even know they had. Apparently, it's on TLC. It's called, shockingly, The Baldwins.
Clever.
So Hilaria Baldwin, Alec's wife, was talking, or they were both being interviewed. And here's how it went.
I think we're going to see, we're going to see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's going to be great.
You're
a winner.
Oh, my God. When I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to, just cut him out of the show.
This is going to be a thing for us.
Oh, my God.
When I'm talking, you're not talking.
We interrupt Bart so often in the Chevy of Fayetteville situation room. This is going to be the go-to.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
the video, the look on Alec
Well, the way he
Balder's
walks
face.
away.
Yeah, he eventually walks
He's
away.
walked away. It's like, hey, man, your role is to pull that credit card out to pay for everything. Your role, no, you stay in your lane, man.
Listen to what he says.
I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna
this,
be great. Gonna be great.
You're a
winner. You're
oh
a
my God,
winner.
When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
I don't need you to tell me I'm a winner. When I'm talking, you're not talking. It's the Chuck and
Didn't
Buck
she change her name? Didn't she change her name?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've read all of these comments about her, and she's
kind of a strange one, maybe?
Yeah, like,
Maybe.
I don't know if she changed her name, changed where she was from or allegedly from, what her nationality is. Like,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
But, you know,
I
Chuck,
remember
like,
now.
if you're going to have a reality TV show, you've got to do things like this. You gotta
People
have-
don't watch normal people. They like to watch the crazies, man. Make yourself feel better about yourself. Watch some crazy
That's
people.
why we got to start doing the exclusive In the Breaks Chuck and Bo show.
Oh.
What happens during the breaks? Hey, it's National Backyard Day. Get out in your backyard, do something.
Too windy. Grill something.
Just think, it's a little early for National
windy.
Backyard Day. I got to say, Edward's right. Like, we need maybe wait till we get to summer. You know, a nice summer night when you really want to enjoy the backyard. That's just my 2 cents. Almost 7 o'clock. A lot to get into. We're getting warmed up.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, I can't believe that. Nice. I hit it perfect. You're just standing too close to the ball. After you hit it. Hey, you had one in the rough, 2 in the trees.
We're keeping score?
Yeah.
Maybe a new course would lower your handicap. Arkansas State Parks has 2 golf courses.
Yeah?
We should play them.
Tell me more.
The Gray Lake Resorts golf course is perfect for us. 18 holes overlooking the lake, and the wives will enjoy DeGray's Island Lodge.
Sweet.
Yeah, then we'll play the ridges at Village Creek.
Village Creek State Park has a course?
Yeah, here it's outstanding. 27 holes, Andy Dye design, PGA caliber championship layout, and dramatic elevation changes since it's on Crowley's Ridge.
Wow.
And the girls will enjoy the cabins.
How do we get on these courses?
Well, they're in our state parks, so they're public courses.
Yeah.
ArkansasStateParks.com has details and photos.
Let's finish this round and book a tea time.
Oh, yeah.
Sponsored by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and your Arkansas State Parks.
Richard Davenport on the Morning Rush is brought to you by House of Webster in Rogers, Arkansas, where 90 years of family tradition meets unbeatable flavor in jams, jellies, salsas, and sauces.
They gave some to my neighbor, Ken. He didn't even put any of the apple butter on any toast. He just put it on his plate and was eating it off the plate.
When it comes to flavor, nobody does it better than House of Webster.
Do you know what the preservation room is for?
Delicious jams and jellies?
No.
This is the Morning Rush.
What does that say? What does that say?
That says
do not move the headphone knob.
Weekdays from 9 to 11, only on ESPN 95.3.
The national story, Z, will be Cal returning to Lexington and winning a game.
Your home for every Razorback basketball game. ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
The doors are open, and it's a new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned 8,500 square foot showroom for an unmatched luxury experience. There's breathtaking jewelry, of course, expert service, and private viewing rooms designed for comfort. And they've got an in-house cafe with handcrafted coffee to go along with a special coffee table book celebrating Arkansas's heritage. Because it's more than jewelry. It's your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business, and they've been serving the state since 1989. They're good folks, and you can get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to 22322. That's Splash Arkansas to 22322.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweating 'em Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatingthemcosmetic.com and click on the Sweating 'em Edge.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny, windy. Our high temperatures this afternoon reaching their peak early in the upper 60s to low 70s, and then falling for the rest of the day. Southwesterly winds 30 to 45 miles per hour. Slight chance of a snow shower north, otherwise remaining windy. Overnight lows mid to upper 30s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Cop CDL Academy. Call them today at 479-632-1050. Cop CDL Academy, expanding horizons.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
You sound like a participation trophy, Dad.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Do you have a roof problem? Looking for a solution? Hall's Roofing and Construction has your solution to your problem. Hall's Roofing and Construction offers free estimates, and they've been helping folks like you in the River Valley with unwanted roofing issues. Hall's Roofing and Construction, big or small, are here to solve all your roofing needs. Locally owned since 2015. Call 479-414-5753 or go to hallsroofingandconstruction.com. Solving roof problems one roof at a time.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I asked Twitter's AI who would win the next 50 national championships in college basketball.
Why would you do that?
And in the year 2050, 25 years from now, the Arkansas Razorbacks will be national champions again.
2050. I don't think I'm going to make it that far.
Come on, Chuck. Don't say things like that.
Well,
put yourself on the clock like
the
that.
odds are not in my favor. I'll just put it that way. I'm not sure I want to live quite that long.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
The Razorbacks are a long way from home this morning. They're in Providence, Rhode Island. The NCAA basketball tournament actually underway last night. Bo's in the studio.
Sir.
I'm in a luxury hotel room in Providence.
Bart's cutouts in your chair.
Bart's cutout occupies my normal seat, and hour 2 is underway on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Ben Bybee, 5 strikeouts. Charles Davalon, 3 hits, helped the Hogs beat Oral Roberts 4-1 yesterday. First pitch today, 3 o'clock on the SEC Network. Colin Fisher will take the ball for the Hogs. The 14th-ranked softball team put away in-state opponent Central Arkansas, 6-3. On Tuesday afternoon. You mentioned the tournament's already underway. Alabama State won on a Hail Mary layup, something you don't see very often.
No, you don't.
Mardrakus Wade's an assistant coach, former Razorback on that staff.
That's his first NCAA tournament experience, too, as a player or
Never played
grad assistant or coach.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
so good.
I would
for
not
him.
have guessed that he'd never went as a Razorback. And North Carolina, and their much maligned AD proved they deserve to be in the play-in game of the NCAA tournament, as they absolutely annihilated and overmatched San Diego State team, 95-60.
That was a quad 2 game, by the way, as it turned out. Not even a quad 1.
Now, who does North Carolina play? I don't have my bracket. Ole Miss. Okay. Hotty toddy.
Whoa. We've got the SEC and their juggernaut reputation on the line against the selection committee chairman's team, who got $100K to be in the tournament. What a heavyweight fight. This is something.
Ooh.
Yeah. Jerry Palm. Can I hear Jerry Palm? What is Jerry Palm? How many years of experience does Jerry Palm have, by the way, in bracketology?
Doing it a long time.
You know, I've been doing this 30 years.
So they just came out. We go to the Chevy of Fayetteville situation.
All right.
They've just come out with the updated rankings for bracketologists.
I haven't really studied that.
Clearly.
So Jerry Palm had a world-class awful interview on our show. Chuck and I take complete blame because he's been doing it 30 years. So have we. But anyhow, the interview was awful. It was awful. We couldn't get anywhere. We tried to get places with him.
Painful.
Short answers. He was shocked when we asked about Arkansas, and he didn't really have. He would give us a metric and then tell us the metric wasn't even going to be used by the committee. And we were just trying to find out what he thought about where Arkansas was going.
It's not criteria.
And all of that was happening.
We were lost.
And so we're like, how many guys do this? And Bart's like, well, there's like 170 guys technically out there, and that there's record of. You know, like forecasting what's going to happen with the NCAA tournament bracket. So all these guys predict. They are bracketologists. That's what they're called. Jerry Palm's been doing it, as we heard, for 30 years.
Yeah, long time.
So now they've come up with the update. How did everybody do? They come out with these annual rankings. They do like career-wise, how guys are
So it's based on a 5-year rolling average. To keep the rankings updated. This is from bracketmatrix.com.
We are live in the Chevy of Fayetteville situation room with Bart. Here's the update.
And so they're looking at like how many teams you get right and how accurately you're seeding them in your bracket, right?
That's not relevant.
I'm about to turn
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Thank you.
30 years.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
We need Jerry Palm and Alec Baldwin's wife on a reality show.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
That's not criteria.
how you perform.
All right, what do you have? What's the update?
So there are 186 bracketologists ranked on this site. And of those 186, Jerry Palm comes in at 179th.
Wow.
That's our
torrid
guy.
pace.
That's
a torrid pace.
That's our guy right there.
That's why we had him. That's why we had him on our show.
That's our guy.
Record doesn't matter.
Yeah, we brought him to the table. It's our fault.
It suffices to say Jerry will
Wow.
not be
What an
returning to the
update.
show.
Meanwhile, it's not a good day for bracketologists on our show because we're about to get into Joe Lenardi now. So Joe Lenardi,
Who, by the way, who also doesn't rank very highly according to these rankings.
Yeah.
Who's the top guy?
Yeah,
Let's
somebody
just cut
you've
to the
never heard
chase.
of.
Who's the top guy?
There's a site called Bracketometry, and they have been the most accurate over the past 5
put
years.
it on the board. Go in there in your office. Put it on the board right now.
Never
That's
heard
who
of
we're
it.
interviewing next year.
I've never heard of it.
That's who we're interviewing. People come along. We all go with the thing everybody's known forever. We go with that guy. We pick Jerry Palm because he's old and been there, and turns out he's
30
irrelevant.
years.
I haven't really studied that.
Irrelevant. Now bring along the new guys. Like Jerry Palm probably doesn't even know how to. And I don't mean this because I'm not any better in a bad way. But we need better. And he probably doesn't even know how to use AI. Like these guys are probably using
You
AI.
think these guys are young? Young
Yes.
guys?
Yes.
Bros?
Yes.
The AI was pretty bad at picking the tournament.
Well,
me and Bart
you got to
discovered.
know what we've learned from guys your age, Edward, is you got to know how to use AI. You can't use it blindly, or it will tell you Chuck's dead.
I've been doing
That's
this
right.
30 years.
Yeah. So he's stuck in his ways. All right, who's the? So that's the guy we need next, or that group.
Bracketometry.
Bracketometry. Hey, call them now and book them for late February on a show.
That's right.
In 26.
Once a week.
I'm looking at their bracket now, and they did have Arkansas as the 10 seed matched up with the winner of St. John's and Omaha. So,
see,
really,
like
Yeah.
Arkansas just doesn't have a good record against better teams.
that interview was one for the ages.
I actually had
Shame on
one
us.
of the managers for the basketball team said, "Hey, what was up with that Jerry Palm interview?" I said, "I don't know." And he goes,
Exactly.
"Man," I had to turn it off. It was like so painful to listen to."
Exactly.
And
it was awful.
Yeah,
It was awful.
it's one of those great
It's
moments.
one we're going to be talking. It's going to be in one shining moment when the Chuck and Bo show ends.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you. Yeah, it'll be there. Here's Joe Lenardi yesterday on ESPN. Now, I don't even know why Joe Lenardi's still talking. Like, your time's
The job's over.
The job is done. There's no more predicting the brackets. But for some reason, I don't know why, he's out there talking about, like, chances to win games, which I didn't even know was his deal. But here he is on the return of Boogie Fland.
Razorbacks played their best basketball this year after the injury to freshman Boogie Fland. So what are they doing? They're rushing Fland back into the lineup for the NCAA tournament. Coach Calipari's in the Hall of Fame, and he knows better than I do. Personally, I'd leave well enough alone. I think the mix-up is going to cost the Hogs a first-round game against a beatable Kansas opponent.
Joe, there are 75 basketball analysts on the ESPN staff, and you're not one of them. You're not.
He's a math geek. And a better, a more likable than average math geek. He punches numbers into a computer. He wears a pocket protector in his private moments. I like Joe Lenardi, but he's not a basketball analyst. He's no Seth Greenberg. He's no Seth Greenberg.
His private moments. When he's alone.
I guarantee he does.
Oh, good mercy. It's 7:13 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I mean, I don't know if it's old or just like.
Well, the world's changing. It's like Bart said a little bit ago. When he summed it up with 2 words. I mean, things change.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Let's have fun! The madness is here, and it's time to get your exclusive pass with Cal and the Razorbacks. Only with Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
We just got to refuse to lose.
Documentaries, films, interviews, and everything behind the scenes.
Like it was Hollywood.
And me! Take your fandom to the next level, only at hogsplus.com. Enter promo code MM25 for a 25% discount on a yearly membership.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
And I listen in every day. Everybody know that. I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hey, Todd Richardson here at First Financial Mortgage. My mortgage lender, Ethan Adamson. Ethan, congratulations, over 300 five-star reviews.
Yeah, Todd, we pride ourselves on delivering a 5-star service during the entire mortgage process.
What sets you apart from everyone else?
I think communication, how quickly we work, we get you closed on time or early. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Let's go. It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for Halftime Live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I would venture to bet 3 out of every 4 head coaches are absolutely worthless around the house. They can't do anything. Your commode messes up, call the guy. They hadn't mowed a yard in 15 years.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Dan Hurley, E60, I got to see, where his wife said he's useless around the house, which most of us are. I don't know if Leo's still on the line because he's been on hold for a while, and I apologize for that, Leo. I totally missed it. But are you still there? We can't always tell when a call's been there for a while. I mean, if I was him, I'd have been gone.
Yeah.
3 cups of coffee.
Heck with that.
Hey, by the way, speaking of coffee, and if you're drinking coffee all day or energy drinks trying to feel better, just trying to get that giddy up going, like it's just hard, especially when you get in the afternoon, you can have a life-changing experience. You go back to when you were young and you didn't get tired like that all day. Get a good night of sleep and you're good to go for a full day. Well, that's what the Sweat No Edge can provide. We talk about it because it's real. I've experienced it myself. Chuck and I have both gone through the evaluation. You could take the evaluation for free and figure out what you want to do about it. It's quick. It's easy. If you'll just go to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge, sweatnomcosmetic.com, click on the Sweat No Edge. They'll send you a link. You can fill some things out, get a free evaluation, and develop a game plan for what you're feeling and how you can feel better. And who doesn't want to feel better? If you're dragging, don't drag anymore. Get it going. It's March Madness, for crying out loud. You can't be dragging. You got to have some giddy up in your step.
That's right.
Got to have a hitch in your giddy up. Actually, you don't want a hitch. You just want the giddy up.
No hitches.
No hitches. Sweatnomcosmetic.com. Click on the Sweat No Edge. By the way.
That was the voice of Edward, by the way.
They know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
He's become.
They know.
He's got his own. Bart's on a Starbucks run, by the way.
I've got a window of opportunity.
He's and
there's a crease.
Hopefully he doesn't have. Hopefully he doesn't have what you talked about early. Hopefully he doesn't have a moment where we've got to hear him. Oh, I just got into a fender bender. Like happened to me yesterday.
Yeah.
A little accident yesterday.
Well,
afternoon.
plus it was right in the middle of College Avenue. Is that where it was?
Yeah, it was on. No, it was 265 and near 265 in Springdale.
All right. It's a busy road, though.
Oh yeah, middle lane.
Everyone's looking at. Hey, isn't that Bo Mattingly?
Yeah, I don't. No, nobody. There. It was one of those deals where 50 people saw it happen and nobody stayed either.
Yeah.
People.
Well, people have things to do.
Has things to do. I mean, heck, I hit somebody and almost left. And then I realized I have to stop.
Yeah, you got to stay.
I was so stunned. I couldn't even believe it happened. But let me go back to this Joe Lunardi clip, and let's talk about this for a second.
Razorbacks played their best basketball this year after the injury to freshman Boogie Fland. So what are they doing? They're rushing Fland back into the lineup for the NCAA tournament. Coach Calipari's in the Hall of Fame, and he knows better than I do. Personally, I'd leave well enough alone. I think the mix-up is going to cost the Hogs a first-round game against a beatable Kansas opponent.
Now, his whitey-tighties and pocket protector intact. Joe Lunardi is a great bracketologist, and he's fun to listen to, and he knows that role well. Analyzing basketball games is not a role that I'm comfortable hearing him in.
Well, what he's saying is a narrative on the part of some people that if Kansas wins this game, and we know it's going to happen, if Kansas wins this game, people are going to say, shouldn't have brought Boogie Fland.
Well, I've already gone on the record, Chuck.
I know
You're
have.
on the show of record. If you're going to say that afterwards, you have to say it before.
I agree.
You have to say it now. Yeah, so he can come out and say that after. But if you're going to have that take afterwards, say it now. Because I think you're an idiot if you don't take Boogie Fland and have him ready to play.
Well, I mean, just step back for a moment and just think about this. Someone comes to a head coach and says, hey, I'm going to give you a guy that is probably going to be a first-round draft pick, and he's going to be part of your team for the tournament, if that's okay. Most coaches are not going to say, no, I'll pass on that. This guy's a great player. And I know that, there's chemistry involved, and it's not a one-on-one game, but they're not talking about turning the team over to Boogie Fland. I think that's maybe what some people imagine is it's going to be like November and December where all the other guys just look to Boogie and say, hey, go win the game for us. I don't think it's going to be like that at all. It would not surprise me one bit if Boogie plays 10 minutes tonight or tomorrow night. It also would not surprise me if he played 35. The game's going to dictate that. If this team, because they're going to be given every opportunity to play well the way they've played with Boogie not playing. And then he'll be blended in, I suspect. But I don't see it as being the huge detriment a lot of people. Look, it's not like this team's a 2 or a 3 seed. They're a 10 seed. They can use all the help they can get.
I've
Boogie Fland's a lot of help.
I've actually never heard of this. I've never heard of it. But somebody coming back and they should not play them. Like in an NCAA tournament, your star players coming back, don't play them. Never heard that narrative.
Well, that's for people that kind of overthink it or want to, bring a different
I mean,
point of view.
if you're suggesting that the team doesn't know how to handle it or he doesn't know how to handle it or whatever, I mean, I guess my question is, like, what do you believe and why? What do you believe and why? So what you believe is Boogie Fland coming back hurts the team. Why?
Well, I think it's important to know, too, and I'm not knocking Joe Lunardi. I mean, we were joking about it before the break. But that is an armchair take. I've not heard a basketball person. I've not heard Seth Greenberg. I've not heard Billis. I've not heard the guys who are actual basketball people say that Boogie coming back is going to hurt Arkansas. Now, they've said Cal's got to find a way to, make it all work. But I've not heard a single one of those basketball people say, I'd take a pass, the way Joe Lunardi said that. I mean, respectfully, that's an armchair take. It's not a basketball take. And anybody that believes that Arkansas is going to be worse off because Boogie Fland's coming back doesn't really understand. I don't mean to sound disrespectful, but I just don't know how anybody can come to that conclusion.
I liked your take much better in the last segment with the pocket protector and all that.
I was trying to be nice.
The non-respectful take was
I was trying to be
was
nice
the one
this
that
time.
we love the most from Chuck. Leo is back in Fayetteville. Leo, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Leo.
Bo, a little take on Joe Lunardi or whatever. I would say this would be something that would inspire the boys to play even better and rub Joe's nose in it, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
And where is my word? Oh, well, you need to get yourself a dash cam.
I was told.
That's one way to show the officer, hey, I've got a dash cam here. Let's see if the people I hit change their tune.
Right. Well, he didn't even ask him. He just walked up to me, asked me what happened. I told him, it's your fault. I'm like, what do you mean it's my fault? Like, it's not like.
Well, I live in Farmington, and I got a dash cam last summer because traffic is bumper to bumper. Doesn't matter what time of the day. You're on Highway 62. So to protect myself, I got myself a dash cam. There's a little camera in the front windshield, and there's a little bitty one that faces out the back window. So if you get rear-ended, you got it on camera.
Oh, okay.
And you'd be surprised how many people change their tune when you point, hey, I've got a dash cam there.
There
so
you go. That's
let's
also
show
gonna
that
be
to the
helpful
officer.
for Chuck and I's reality show. So thank you. We're going to do that, and I'm going to have cameras installed in both of our vehicles anyhow.
Chuck and Bo, the reality show.
It's got a ring to it.
Thanks, Leo.
That's some
I
harsh
appreciate
reality
that.
right there.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Chuck
harsh
swearing in
reality
traffic
show.
is what it's going to be. We got a little downtime in the show. We just go to Edward's montage of Chuck swearing in traffic.
Beating on the steering wheel.
Or he got a call. He's like, and then he get off the phone and he just starts talking about the person he just got off the phone with to himself about the person.
Under his breath.
It's 100% going to happen. Hey, First Security Bank's the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. They're about banking better, making it easier for you to do so. Convenient locations all over our state. FSbank.com is how you can bank online. Check them out. Friendly, local banking, where you bank better. Big fans of the Razorbacks. You know they're all going to be watching on Thursday, the first round of the NCAA tournament. They'll be in the bank. You can get a lollipop and an update on the NCAA tournament if you run through a First Security Bank. First Security Bank member, FDIC. It's 7:28 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
If I didn't have you and Bart and Edward to lean on, where would I be? And I think about other people that don't have that.
That's what we do. We lift each other up.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant. Man, can you imagine if we all lived together, if we just walked into the living room at like 6 a.m. and just started talking each other's heads off? There's no good morning. I can't have my first cup of
somebody
coffee.
would get shot.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bullwood with his new glasses. Looks like Clark Kent. This guy is dominating offensively. Indeed, he's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what top football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Looking for the best way to save big this winter? WT Equipment has you covered with exclusive winter savings on Workmaster and Boomer compact tractors from New Holland. Choose your deal, 0% financing for 72 months, or get a free loader with your tractor purchase. These powerful, fuel-efficient tractors are built for hard work and year-round reliability. And now, they come with unbeatable savings. Hurry in to WT Equipment before March 31st to lock in your deal. Visit us today or call 479-442-8284 for details.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry.
Favorite hog memory growing up, Cecil?
When we beat OU in the Orange Bowl in 1978, I was living in Allen Grove Projects, and it was a shutout at halftime, and I ran out of the house. I ran from one end of the projects to the other end screaming, "Go Hogs." I'll never forget that. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Let's go. It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for Halftime Live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Well-rested Chuck
That's right.
is the best kind of Chuck.
I will be good tonight. Stay in. You'll get the best version of me tomorrow, I promise.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
How'd it go last night, Chuck? What'd you get out and get into?
I didn't get out and get into anything. I mean, I really did. It's embarrassing. It is
We need more
embarrassing.
from you.
I know. I knew when I made the decision last night not to go out that you guys would want a good story. And I'm thinking, well, I got to make something up. And then I forgot. And so here we are. I've not made up a story yet. So the truth of the matter.
He's not
No,
kidding.
I'm not
He would have
kidding.
made up an amazing.
I would have made up a good story.
Gene Katie was out last night, and you weren't. Cal posted a photo of
Purdue's
him
here, yeah,
and
Purdue's
Gene
here.
Katie, the legendary Purdue coach. They were out. And you're shacked up in your hotel room alone.
Well, I couldn't get a table at the restaurant they were trying to get a table at. So,
and you,
yeah, Purdue's here. There are
you
other
were
teams
invited
here.
along.
No, I was not invited. I was not invited to that
Is
group.
that why? Oh, well, how many crews went out?
I really don't know. I was, again, I'm embarrassed to say it, but I was, man, I was bad last night. I stayed in.
You tired?
But, well, yeah, I mean, it'd been kind of a long day. But at any rate, you know, my story's pretty boring. But tonight, look out. Because Providence is not seeing anything like what's going to happen. And if somehow we could survive and, beat Kansas and play Friday night could be epic.
What did you eat last night for dinner?
Well,
this is going to get even better. Providence, Rhode Island, folks.
No.
Chamber of Commerce has given us the talking points.
No, I'll tell you what happened. And this is really going to sound bad. We when we got on the plane yesterday, there was the normal food, and then the NCAA, unbeknownst to anyone, had provided food as well. So you had 2 meals. So I had a meal on the plane and saved my other one and had it for dinner. I'm telling you, I had the most boring day of all time.
That's awesome. I can't even imagine. Like, I don't know.
I was so cheap.
I'm incapable of having the night you had unless I'm so exhausted that I have no other choice.
Well,
if
it was
my
just
body gives me a choice. I'm incapable of doing what you did yesterday.
Call me back in 15 years, and we'll see. But no, it was
around too. Yeah.
As I say, look out tonight.
Rod, good morning on I-40 this morning. Rod, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. What's happening?
Good morning, guys. So let's recap. Jerry Palm, bad. Joe Lenardi, when he's wrong, if Boogie goes off for like 28 or 32, which one of you guys is going to call him up and feed him his crow?
Yeah. I just don't.
Got to do that.
Well, he didn't say it on our show. But here's, for me, Joe Lenardi's a bracketologist. And Joe Lenardi presents well. I don't even care if he gets it all right. Just be logical with it. I have said recently, if you have a different opinion than me, I'm going to try to be mature and realize that people have different opinions. I just want to understand the logic behind it. I really don't. I guess there's a small sliver of logic that I could buy into about Boogie and chemistry and all this. I really don't buy the logic of Boogie Fland somehow hurts Arkansas by being available to play. Like, it doesn't make sense. I've never heard of a team in the NCAA tournament that decided not to bring somebody back from injury that was available to play that was also a projected lottery pick. Ever. In the history of the tournament, have you heard of one situation like that?
I can't say that I have.
Most of these guys, these book brackets, sound more like proctologists. I swear to God. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if we need to dive into that.
Anyway, guys, that's all I got.
All right.
Okay, that's enough.
That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Yeah, exactly. Hogball 30 has texted the show. Okay, here we go. I mean, just, my gosh. Don't fix something that's not broke. Fland might be a good player, but he's still a freshman. I mean, it just gets worse by the sentence. It's not like he's a junior or a senior. Much different scenario. What are you even talking about?
And it's not like Arkansas is a 2 or a 3 seed. They're a 10 seed.
Cooper Flagg is not a junior or a senior. Have you heard of him? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
The idea that Boogie hurts them coming back is really far-fetched. Now, how much he's going to help them, I don't know.
Well, that's
may not help them all that much, but to say that he hurts them,
that's the part
I don't get that
are
part.
Missing. Okay, if you re-engineer what you're doing and Boogie comes out and he starts and everything's running through him, I'd still make an argument that that's fine. But I get where you would say, okay, that's throwing some things off. But to come in and play backup point guard for a few minutes to give DJ a little bit of a break, take a little bit off Billy at the point, like, how does that not help? Like, what do you think is going to happen out there during his time on the floor that would implode the team? Like, this is what people make opinions, and I'm like, did you think about it? Did you actually think about it? Or did you repeat something that you heard on aisle 7 while you were eating a bag of chips in the grocery store? And you couldn't multitask and think and eat the potato chips at the same time. So you went on and regurgitated it on social media like, it's going to mess up the team. Well, how? Like, what do you believe and why? Why do you believe that? Like, can somebody tell me how this is even a topic? Here's another text, same guy. Fland is coming off an injury, and tournament play is much more intense than regular basketball season. His body is not ready to put out 100%.
Well, yes, it is, but the question is for how long? And that's why Cal said it may be 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, might be 30, 35, depending upon what the game dictates and how he is playing. But the idea that he can't give 100%, Boogie's not just been sitting around. Let me just be clear on that. He's been back a while. They didn't just decide last week, Boogie could play. They've been moving towards this. And you're right. There's a difference between game shape, basketball shape. That's a valid point. But yes, he can give 100% with his body. It's just a question of how many minutes he's going to be able to do that.
While he's in there. Exactly.
That's right.
And you're talking about somebody who's a point guard who understands how the whole team works and how the whole entire flow works. Not somebody that is going to get stuck with the ball, not share the ball, not know where everybody's supposed to be. Like, it's the more I hear it, the more absurd it is that it would be a problem.
I think Justin from Fayetteville on the text line made a good point. Is he had a thumb injury. It's not like he's coming back from an ACL injury. So it's not like he's been around sitting, not conditioning.
That's the point, is they've known that this was a possibility, and they've been preparing for that. And, again, that's a very valid point. That we're talking about a thumb here. We're not talking about anything that keeps you from staying in shape.
I just think it's something people haven't put enough thought.
Well, and look, there have been walkthroughs. There's been all kinds of stuff.
Like it's going to be.
They've been getting him ready to play.
Oh man, I think people coincide. The whole Boogie went out, and Arkansas ended up getting better later, as a reason. Like to me, that's entirely coincidental. Like this team probably wins 3 more games with Boogie not being hurt.
Oh, there's no question.
Well, I mean, but I don't think, but nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that, Chuck. No, like that's what I mean.
Well,
people just say, well, when Boogie went out, they got better, and that's how it all came together because they had to figure it out. They're not saying they would have won 3 more games if Boogie had been in the lineup. This is what I mean. People don't think through things. They just make opinions and say it, and it's like, but okay, well, tell me why. Tell me why Arkansas wouldn't have figured it out if Boogie was still playing.
He would have been part of all that. Arkansas would have figured it out. And Boogie would have been part of it. Now, I do think early in the year, and this was one of the things that I do think hurt him a time or two, was that they looked to Boogie to win the game. And, that's a tough load to put on a first-year guy. And I think it's important to differentiate what they're going to be asking Boogie to do tomorrow night as opposed to what Boogie was being asked to do in November and December. Yeah. There were times in November and December for Arkansas to win. Boogie did have to win it. That's not going to be the situation now. They're not asking Boogie to come in and win the game for them. They're asking Boogie to come in and add to a team that is playing well. And Boogie's not an idiot. I mean, Boogie knows they're not asking him to come in and win the game, and he knows how to fit in, and those guys know how to fit him in.
We did so many phenomenal things, and I just want to respect what they've done and, just come in and try to help, not do too much, but just add on to what they're doing.
That's Boogie at practice earlier this week, courtesy Hogs Plus. Hey, by the way, we got a big baseball series coming up this weekend. Mm-hmm. South Carolina in Fayetteville. Saturday's game starts at 2. I'm going to be at the Stonebreaker taking part in a tailgate party. The Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant, Chuck, you've been to it. It's newly opened.
It's really
nice.
It's
right up Markham Hill from Razorback Football Stadium, Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium, straight up Markham Hill, all the way at the top by what you may have known formerly as the Pratt Place Barn. They've built a new hotel there, and they've got a restaurant and lounge and a club. And they're going to have a big tailgate, 11-1 on Saturday, a bunch of door prizes. They're grilling hot dogs and some special food. They've got discounts on beer. It's going to be a fun tailgate. You could eat brunch if you want to in the restaurant. 11-1 Saturday. Chuck would have been there too, but he's not going to be here. He's still going to be calling games.
We're going to have a basketball game that day.
Do we know times on Saturday, by the way, that they might play? How early could they end up playing on Saturday? Could it be a morning game? Like 11?
I don't think it'll be a morning game. Sometimes on Saturday and Sunday you have the whole window. Your fewer games, and so I don't think there's overlap. I would imagine though, particularly if it's Cal and Patino, Self and Patino, they're going to put it on at a time where a lot of people are watching.
So we don't know yet, but if the game's on,
we don't know.
We'll have the game on there too. But if you want to tailgate before going to the baseball game, brunch and hot dogs and all that, 11-1 at the Stonebreaker
and Bo
up Markham Hill. You can come and see if you're taller than me. Beat Bart's bracket, be taller than Bo. These are the competitions we've got going this weekend. Markham Hill, new setting next to what's formerly known as Pratt Place Barn. Come see me on Saturday and get some free stuff and giveaways and eat. We'll have a good time. Back in a minute. It is 7:46 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations.
Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today.
You sure did. You sure did.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go. Why don't you just kind of style it up a little bit at the game? Let's get your drip going.
Hey, I got a lot more drip than you think.
1, 2, 3. Edward, you
The
got
Chuck
me?
and Bo Show.
I know we're always on the go, heading to Fayetteville, Little Rock, Oklahoma City, and you need a place to fill up. But not
Mic
just for
check,
gas.
1,
I
2,
need
3. I got you,
snacks,
Chuck.
drinks,
All
and a
right, very
restroom
good.
that
Thank
doesn't
you.
make me throw up. That's why my new favorite pit stop is Jamart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue on the way out of town. I can't stop by without getting something from their hot box or a fresh-made burger. That's Jamart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours. Or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Bush. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
After a while, you realize that there's certain people you just can't argue with. I mean, you just can't.
Well, I mean, we're all like that.
We're all cut from that cloth.
The best part about an argument is when you're the smart one and whoever's on the other side is clearly not.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
North Carolina won last night. One going away. Wasn't even close.
It was ugly in the first half, yeah.
Beat down. And all the people criticizing North Carolina getting in have a little bit less to say, but they're still there. And now they play Ole Miss. We're going to have the team that conspiracy theorists say got in because the North Carolina AD is the selection committee chairman and got a $100,000 bonus for North Carolina making the NCAA tournament. Which, by the way, can we talk about this for a second? How does the North Carolina, and I like Bubba Cunningham, I've spent some time with him. I think he's a good guy. How does the North Carolina AD get a bonus for one of the most rich tradition programs in all the world getting into the NCAA tournament?
I wondered the same thing when I heard that. He's like, why does he get a bonus?
Like, this isn't, McNeese State. Like, the McNeese State AD should get a bonus when they make the NCAA tournament. But North Carolina? What?
See,
what a great contract.
Last I checked, he was not the coach.
The fact that people talk about this, and every time this comes up, what you just said eventually comes out of somebody's mouth. Well, why is he getting a bonus? It just shows the disconnect that is still out there sometimes between major college athletic programs and the general public. And they wonder why people say, well, ask somebody else. When it comes to things like NIL and stuff like that, it's like, this guy's getting $100,000 for something that he really didn't have anything to do with. I mean, did he offer Hubert Davis some sage advice before they played Clemson? I doubt it.
Did he do anything for Dean Smith and Roy Williams and all the people that brought North Carolina to where they are today? Like, if North Carolina's not in the NCAA tournament, how about this? How about your contract is you lose $100,000?
Well, yeah.
I mean, like, you're supposed to be there.
I mean, basically that's built in as a $100,000 bonus every March. You can budget it in. You know it's coming.
I want incentives like that. I want incentives like if you are on time to the show for the Chuck and Bo show, you get extra.
Hey, if we have 5 listeners tomorrow, I want an extra $10,000. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you think that's going to fly?
Well, we got 4 right now. I think we can get there.
Only needs one more.
We just get one more.
Baby needs a new pair of shoes. Come on, people.
Rally the troops.
Have
hey,
a little telethon.
If you're watching the games, Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer is a great way to do it, or maybe take it out in the lake with you or to the beach this summer. Maybe even on spring break. They got the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottles that are perfect for on the go. They have the skinny cans, too. It's Yingling. Tastes like Yingling, but just 95 calories. It's Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Almost 8 o'clock. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Doctors, nurses, and other medical professionals are just people. They've got their lives and families same as you and me. But what happens when big hospitals and insurance companies ask too much of them and make them work too many hours without enough help? You can only stretch something so far before it breaks and people get hurt or even die. That's where I come in. If the healthcare system in our area has hurt you or someone you love, call me. Together, let's make them do healthcare better. I'm Phil Votaw, and you've never met a lawyer like me.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny, windy. Our high temperatures this afternoon reaching their peak early in the upper 60s to low 70s, and then falling for the rest of the day. Southwesterly winds 30 to 45 miles per hour. Slight chance of a snow shower north, otherwise remaining windy. Overnight lows mid to upper 30s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Kopp CDL Academy. Call them today at 479-632-1050. Kopp CDL Academy, expanding horizons.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. You're listening to ESPN 95.3.
Touchdown, Arkansas! How did he get that wide open?
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wacker Newson dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wacker Newson dealer.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Let's go.
It's Hot Wing Madness at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith. Hey, this is Phil Elson. Join me and Matt Jones for Halftime Live at TGI Fridays in Fort Smith for the first 2 days on Thursday and Friday of the Big Dance. Chow down on 50-cent wings, $3 pints, and $15 buckets of beer. Hot Wing Madness is back. 50-cent wings Thursday and Friday at TGI Fridays, I-540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
You go to Walmart, you know right where everything is.
That's true. I make my list based on the normal route that I take through the store.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. It reduces steps.
It reduces steps is not what your fitness ring on your iPhone is telling you to do.
Well, I mean,
you made your fitness ring today, Chuck?
If you want to spend all your day walking around in the grocery store and that's how you want to achieve your fitness goals, then you go right ahead.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things. things.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death.
Do you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to a show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, let's turn on the Chuck and Bo show.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Providence, Rhode Island. Today, he's going to go outside.
It's cold here. It's not even 40 degrees this morning. You guys are enjoying spring and saying, hey, how come you don't get out and, do some stuff? It's because it's 38 degrees, man. It's cold.
I mean, it was 61 when I got up this morning at about 4:30, whatever time it was, and then it's getting down to 59 as the day goes on. It'll be down to 35 tonight.
It's too windy.
It's very windy. I don't know what it is about the wind and my particular neighborhood trash night. Like the night before you put the trash out, this morning's trash pickup day, and the wind is at, 40 miles an hour and sideways.
It's howling.
Trash cans blown all over the neighborhood. And it's that time of year. When you talk about it, with Pascal, we're like, hey, you gotta be on top of your HVAC, your changing temperatures. Is the heat on? Is the AC on? All that stuff. Go Pascal.com, get you all set up. But Chuck's going to get outside today. It's sort of a team effort to get him there, but he got there yesterday.
I have things to do today.
And never went outside. And so
I have responsibilities.
He hasn't left, so he's familiarized himself with the inside of the hotel room now. He's comfortable, and he's able to kind of take that step, that leap of faith out of the hotel room. We're rooting for you.
If I can make it to the elevator, I think I'm home free. If I can figure out how to get there, I think I'm fine. This hotel's actually attached to the arena where the Razorbacks are going to play. So I got to walk over and get my media credentials today. So I got a big day planned.
You don't have people doing that for you?
Nah. You have to show your own IDs at the NCAA. Yeah. They get really strict. You can't send someone over there to do it.
That's not Chuck Barrett. They can't. They're not going to go for that.
I guess not.
So what is today like, Chuck? Give us this behind the scenes. What are the Razorbacks doing today? We go live to Providence, Rhode Island. Chuck Barrett's on the scene.
I have the team itinerary. I have the team itinerary in front of me as we speak. We are a mere 55 minutes away from breakfast. A mere 55 minutes away.
Countdown's
and
wake-up calls have already been made.
Yeah, and then they're going to go to Brown University for practice today. They went to Providence yesterday.
What time are they going? I want the whole itinerary.
Well, now you've got to understand we're on the Eastern time. We're on Eastern time. So they'll leave at 11, which is an hour and 55 minutes from now.
That's
It'll be 10 back
Central
there.
Time. So 10
That's
o'clock,
right.
wherever you are, just know they're on their way to go practice.
The bus is rolling to Brown University, and then they're going to practice for about an hour and 15 minutes. And then they're going to head over to Amica Mutual Pavilion, which is where the arena is that, games are going to be played. They've got an open media section there from 1 to 2. That'll be noon to 1 where you are.
Okay, over lunch.
And then they have a short open practice inside the arena, and then they come back to the hotel.
So
or they
kind
walk,
of like two practices. Maybe one's more like a shoot-around. But
yeah, the second one's more of a just kind of a, they'll run a few things, I'm sure. The first one's the real practice.
Media op.
They're not going to yell at them.
Yeah.
They're not going to yell
We'll do
at them at
Brown.
that practice.
We'll do
That's
that over
right.
at Brown University.
That's right.
So when you're at lunch today and you want to sound like you know what's going on, hey, the team's practicing right now. They're at Brown University practicing right now.
Yeah,
right
that's
now,
right.
We're having lunch. That's what they're doing. Then they're going to go have a media op. They're going to do like photo ops and stuff this afternoon.
Yeah.
Just say
I got
it real
their schedule
casually
this
to your
morning.
buddy. Don't think you know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then just
well,
tell
you're
them,
on top
listen
of
to
it.
the Chuck and Bo show. Chuck's got the itinerary.
That's right. I've got it right in front of me.
You should listen too. So check it out. By the way, the Razorback baseball team won last night. Ben Bybee pitched well again for the Razorbacks. 5 strikeouts. Charles Davalin, who's been playing really well, 3-hit effort last night, helped beat Oral Roberts 4-1. Today they play again at 3 o'clock on the SEC Network Plus. Left-hander Colin Fisher's going to get the ball, get the start on the mound. The women's softball team beat UCA yesterday, 6-3. Alabama State advanced last night in a play-in game over who? Who'd they play? I don't even remember.
St. Francis.
St. Francis.
What a game. It was a great game.
Chuck watched the whole thing. Didn't know.
I watched part of the baseball game on my iPad too. It was a rowdy night. Now
You are such a sports nerd.
I
I
can't
love
be
it.
stopped. I can't be stopped on the road.
I love it.
You know how it is.
No. When streaming became a thing, Chuck became the ultimate home buddy. He's like, I don't ever have to leave now. It's all right here.
There's a lot of truth to that.
My whole portal to the outside world is through streaming. UNC rolled. North Carolina rolled up San Diego State. We were briefly getting into that when we got sidetracked by Bubba Cunningham's $100,000 bonus that he gets for his basketball team to go to the NCAA tournament. And we don't understand why that's a bonus in his contract because, Edward, North Carolina has only been to the NCAA tournament how many times in the last 50 years?
46.
46 of 50 times in the last 50 years. And whoever did Bubba Cunningham's contract said, let's write in a $100,000 bonus if they make it. Like, what? We go every year.
He gives the check to his wife. She heads to New York, spends it all, comes back home. I don't think that's all that far-fetched either.
He's not married to Alec Baldwin's wife.
I think we're going to see, we're going to see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's going to be great.
You're
a winner.
Oh, my God. When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to, just cut him out of the show.
Alec Baldwin runs from cameras and microphones right now.
Yeah.
Hillary, runs toward them.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
I mean, the PTSD happening right now.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Everyone's like, oh, I've heard that before.
Oh, my God. When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Oh, man.
That's right.
So, anyhow, now North Carolina's going to play.
It really does cut close to home. when you really listen to it.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
He said,
did you hear him in the background?
Well, the best part, we've all been here, and it's on both sides. But you're apologizing. You're trying to bail. He apologizes, and it's like, no, you don't apologize. You shut up.
That's
Oh my
right.
God, when I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Your apology means nothing.
Well, okay, the whole thing one more time. Everything out of his mouth is positive or apologetic, okay?
I think we're gonna see. We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great. You're a winner.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes, we'll have to just cut him out of the show.
That is so funny.
Oh, man. That is the definition of I can't win.
Yeah.
There's no winning here. And so then, in the video, wisely, he begins to walk off but never leaves her side.
Yeah, he just walks.
He kind of walked around behind and then just kind of, instead of walking completely off, which would have been another obvious mistake, he just kind of stood there.
I like the way he conceded defeat there, though. I mean, he didn't argue.
Break it down for us.
He closed his eyes. And
he's like, okay. I mean, when she said no, even after he apologized, at that point you've lost. And so the best thing to do is just walk away. Now, some people, I'll include myself in that group, have a little difficulty walking away at that point. But I'll give him credit for accepting defeat and walking away.
Hunter texted in about Bubba Cunningham, said, I went to school with Bubba's kids over in Tulsa. They're such a great family. I concur from what I know. Bubba Cunningham.
I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure he's a good guy.
But he's also a skilled negotiator to get a $100,000 bonus into his contract for North Carolina to go to the NCAA tournament, which they've done how many times?
46.
Of the last
50.
I mean,
pretty good
anyhow,
odds.
now we have North Carolina and the team that wasn't supposed – they're the team that wasn't supposed to get in. And they're playing who, Bart, in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room?
That would be the Ole Miss Rebels.
And the SEC, who has 14 teams in. And now we have narratives within the NCAA March Madness narrative, right? Two narratives colliding right here. One team didn't deserve to be in. This other team represents the biggest, baddest conference in all of the land who people are – there is a line. There is a line of waiting right now around the block of people lined up ready to talk about how this was all oversold all year with the SEC. They're
Ole
just
Miss needs to win.
for SEC teams to fall, and if that's the first one, we're off to the races.
Ole Miss needs to win. I mean, suddenly this becomes a pressure game for Ole Miss. Now, it's a pressure game for North Carolina. Everybody's under pressure right now. But you're right. I mean, that's going to be the narrative. We're going from North Carolina didn't deserve to be there, high crimes. I mean, this is horrible, to, hey, they got a chance to beat the SEC. Suddenly, I'm glad North Carolina's there.
What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. Tonight we have 2 more games. Where are they, Bart? Are they on True TV? It's American and the American Eagles.
Mount St. Mary's.
And Mount St. Mary's. What's their mascot?
The mountains.
You say it with confidence. Just say it with confidence. The Seagulls. We got the Eagles and the Seagulls tonight. I'm waiting.
I'm trying to. They are the Mountaineers.
Wow.
How about that?
Mount St. Mary's Mountaineers.
The Mountaineers. The Mountaineers.
Go Mounties, go.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Xavier in Texas, the nightcap.
Are they on True TV again?
Yes. All on True TV.
And times?
Catching practical
5
jokers.
something and 8 something. Yeah, exactly.
5:40 for the first game. Xavier in Texas, they tip at 8:10 p.m.
Texas, the big bad SEC in Texas, a 3.5-point underdog against Xavier tonight.
Wow.
Arkansas.
I'll bet Texas wins.
Sean Miller and Xavier. How about that?
Texas wins tonight. Trey Johnson goes off. That's my prediction.
Take Texas on the money line. Oaklawn Sports. You heard it from Chuck. What to Watch brought to you by Macadoodles. The entire NCAA tournament starts Thursday. What time's the first game?
11:15.
11:15 tomorrow morning?
Louisville,
Creighton. Yes.
Okay. All right. Get
That's
ready.
a good first
Stock
game.
up. Get your party ready for March Madness. Do it at Macadoodles. 15% off all bottles of wine in the store today. It's Wine Down Wednesday, every Wednesday at Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, just north of the state line, and at Guess Who in Bentonville. The best assortment of beer, wine, spirits with a level of service that is unmatched. And they've also got a great collection of microbrews and craft beers that are locally sourced, competitive pricing, but they've got more selection than you could even imagine when it comes to spirits or allocated bourbons, those types of things. Stop into Macadoodles and just have a different and enjoyable shopping experience when you're getting ready for your next big event or what you're ready to watch, which is the NCAA tournament right now. Again, Wine Down Wednesday, 15% off every single bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. Macadoodles, just north of the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. It's 8:15. Good morning, the Chuck and Bo Show.
Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The doors are open, and it's a new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned 8,500 square foot showroom for an unmatched luxury experience. There's breathtaking jewelry, of course, expert service, and private viewing rooms designed for comfort. And they've got an in-house cafe with handcrafted coffee to go along with a special coffee table book celebrating Arkansas's heritage. Because it's more than jewelry, it's your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business, and they've been serving the state since 1989. They're good folks, and you can get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to 22322. That's Splash Arkansas to 22322.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
We were 0-5. They put us all in the coffin. They just didn't put the nails in.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Decisions aren't hard when no matter what you choose, you win. Like with Taco Bell's new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Choose from the $5 Classic box with iconic favorites like a beefy 5-layer burrito, the $7 Supreme box with the Chicken Chalupa Supreme, and more. Or find new obsessions in the $9 Discovery box. Get yours at Taco Bell today. Participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One has a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're like the college kids, man. If the sun's out, it's 45 degrees, you got shorts on.
I'm all about that.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. I would prefer to never wear pants.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Full disclosure, I'm not wearing pants right now. Prefer not to. It's time to go to the Situation Room. The JFK files have been released, and Bart's here to tell us what happened. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Bart, what went down? They've been out for like 12 to 15 hours now. What happened? What happened? Tell us.
You've been poring over them, Bart?
Yeah, what happened?
I haven't looked at a single one of them.
They're out. They've been released.
There are like thousands of documents. It's going to take months for anybody to know what's going on.
Well, what were your early returns?
The Pullman Commission.
Well, I think we all know what happened.
All right, I got my notes mixed up. Bart's actually here to give you 8 tips to fill out your bracket.
That's right.
Slightly different conversation.
Yeah, that's right. Very different. But
so where are these coming from? Are these your own personal tips you came up with?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, now, Edward, I did not know that.
Yeah.
He came in during the break and said, I've got 8 tips to fill out your bracket. And I swear, Chuck, I thought it was off like Yahoo Sports. No. But no, it's Bart's own.
It's from Pullman Sports.
Yeah.
So what are they?
He's our resident bracketologist.
All right, get to them. What are they?
All right,
here we go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Number 1, beware of the SEC. Since 2008, SEC teams seeded 4th or worse have gone 33-29 in first-round games. And teams seeded 9th or worse, like Arkansas is, for example, have lost 70% of the time in the first round.
Beware.
Number 2.
That's what you said.
Play the clip.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
I'll let her speak for me.
Keep them rolling. Come on.
Number 2.
Number 2, don't be afraid of picking upsets. So there are an average of 8 upsets a year throughout the tournament, not just in the first round. We're talking about teams with at least a 5-seed differential. That's how we're defining upset. So pick anywhere from 6 to 10 in your bracket, depending on how conservative or how risky you want to be. But there are an average of 8 a year throughout the tournament, not just in the first round.
So number 2 is what?
Don't be afraid to pick some upsets.
Don't be afraid to pick an upset. Okay.
Number 3, knock out a 2-seed early.
Knock out a 2-seed early.
On average.
Now, what does early mean? What does
on
early
average,
mean?
one. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay,
No, when
I'm
talking,
sorry.
You're not talking.
On average. Golly.
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
This is going to be a brutal edit for social media.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. On average, 1 2-seed loses in the second round every year. Throughout the tournament, since it expanded to 64 teams, 1 2-seed loses in the second round every year. Also, beware the number 11 seeds.
Wait, are we on to number 4 or are you still on 3?
Sorry, number
Okay,
4.
all right.
Number 4, beware the number 11 seeds. In the last 16 years, 3 seeds are just 14 and 14 against 11 seeds. So if you pick an 11 seed to win in the first round, you should consider them making it to the Sweet 16 because there's a chance that history says it's a 50-50 chance.
North Carolina.
Happened last year.
Number 5, keep an eye on the 8-9 seeds. On average, they upset a 1 seed every other year. It didn't happen last year. And you've got teams like Louisville, Gonzaga, and UConn all kind of lurking should they win their first round game.
Keep an eye on the 9 seeds.
8 or 9.
Yeah, 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Number 6, avoid teams that get a high percentage of their points from deep, meaning they shoot a lot of threes and get most of their points from threes. Historically, a very small percentage of them advance to the second weekend. Number 7, pick teams that have played well since the start of February to win. In the last 14 years, 91% of the Sweet 16 teams, 93% of Elite 8 teams, and 95% of Final Four teams have been ranked inside the top 50 since the start of February. And finally, number 8, the champion of the NCAA tournament is going to rank in the top 15 in offensive or defensive efficiency. This has been true every single year since 2000. So find a team in the top 15 offensive efficiency, defensive efficiency, and pick them to win.
Okay, it's not lost on me that we started yesterday. We made a huge announcement. We did a big push. Millions of people have signed up. I know. I haven't looked, but I'm sure that's true. I'm quite certain in the history of our country we've never had a bracket quite like this. Bart's bracket. That wasn't bad, right?
Many people do say that.
So Bart's bracket. Beat Bart was the name of the bracket contest for the Chuck and Bo show. That was Tuesday. On Wednesday, Bart comes out with 8 tips on how to beat me. Like, who does that?
Well, I got to give people, people a chance.
Fighting chance.
What I'm wondering is if this is a grand conspiracy for you to win. Like, you've rolled out. Like, you're so into this.
That's all historical data.
Okay.
That's
all right.
just stuff. Those are facts.
All
That's
right,
stuff that's happened.
Let's recap without all of the double clicks under the headlines. Just 1 through 8 for Edward's editing purposes. Save them an hour or two today. We can put this on social media and edit out all our crap. You just go 1 through 8. Recap.
Number 1.
No. You got to set it up.
Okay.
Be like, what's the title of the 8 points?
Yeah.
These are 8 tips for filling out your NCAA tournament bracket. Okay, number 1, since 2008, SEC teams seeded 4th or worse have gone 33 and 29 in first-round games, so beware the SEC. Number 2, there are an average of 8 upsets a year throughout the tournament, not just in the first round, throughout the whole tournament. So pick anywhere from 6 to 10 of them in your bracket, depending on how conservative or risky you're feeling. Number 3, knock out a 2 seed early. Number 4, watch out for the 11 seeds to make it to the Sweet 16. Number 5, pick an 8 or a 9 seed to beat a number 1 seed. Number 6, avoid teams that get a high percentage of their points from three-point range. Number 7, pick teams that have played well since the start of February to win and advance throughout the tournament. And number 8, the champion is going to rank in the top 15 in offensive or defensive efficiency.
I'm mesmerized.
That's not.
Can I talk now? Is that okay? May I speak?
Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
I hate you.
Go
guys
ahead, Chuck.
So much.
I actually thought it was very good. I actually thought it was very good.
My 2 favorites were don't be afraid to pick an upset and beware of teams that have been hot since February.
I believe that 2 of the 8 began with the word beware. Would I be right there?
Well, he at one point, yes, but he kind of mixed it up. He started with beware of the SEC. That was another one of my favorites. They've got 14 teams in the tournament.
Beware.
Don't be afraid to
break
pick an
your
upset.
heart.
I'm having fun at your expense.
Yeah,
you did
aware.
a good job explaining these, but I did find some humor, and don't be afraid to pick an upset, and look out for teams that have been hot since February.
There was more context to those
I
2
know.
points.
That's what I'm saying.
When you ask me to present them without context, they don't sound as...
Well, I thought it was really
Context is always important.
I thought it was really well done. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room right now. 2025 Chevy Equinox and Blazer EVs are $15,000 off on the all-new ones. And the 2025 Chevy Silverado, $11,500 off because it's truck month. And that also includes the Chevy Tahoes, the 25 Tahoes. Savings of up to $12,500. Truck month going on now inside the Fayetteville Auto Park at Chevy of Fayetteville. Stop by and say hi to our friends Chris, Mark, and Denver. Walk in there, give them 8 tips to filling out their bracket. They're going to smile and give you an even better deal, which is already incredible. Complimentary loaners. It's all right there at the Fayetteville Auto Park. All right, we're going to go inside Kansas. We're going to find out what's going on with the Jayhawks. Brian Haney, the voice of Rock Chalk, joins us next on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I tell you what, I know this got a lot of guys with some big hearts. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today. And it's offense, defense, and special teams. It's some guys like Darren McFadden, baby. Y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 4. We got that wood right here, baby. Somebody better look at this guy. He's the best football player in the country, and his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May, number 5. You better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Equipment down? Got a leak? Lost pressure? Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the power to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom-built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery, farming equipment, construction rigs, if it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Before you buy that next car or truck, stop by Broadway Motors in Van Buren. The best of the best for 2 straight years. Michael and his team offer the best prices on the best quality pre-owned vehicles in the River Valley. They invite you to stop by and check it out for yourself. Or if you prefer to check out their inventory online or even do your financing online. Michael has built his reputation as a husband, father, and owner-operator since 2006. Broadway Motors, 806 Broadway in Van Buren, or online at BroadwayMotorsAR.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You backtrack as well as anybody out there. I mean, I got to give you credit for that. That is a seven-step drop. I will give you that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, Brian Haney's the voice of the Kansas Jayhawks. Got to know Brian a few years ago. One of the best in the business, does football, does basketball. He'll be calling this game, Arkansas and Kansas. Chuck will be on the other side of it, my broadcast partner here on the show. Brian, great to talk to you, man. How's Providence for you so far?
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Bo. Hey, Chuck. Thanks a lot for the invite, guys. Thrilled to be here. Obviously, a different kind of year for Kansas, as Bill Self has never been lower than a 4 seed, but we're embracing it. Kind of taking on the role of the hunter instead of the hunted. No pun intended with our center. But, yeah, we're excited to be here, but definitely a different place than we thought we'd be the last time we saw you guys in October.
Yeah, probably both teams, are fit for sure. Brian, tell us what we don't know about Kansas. I mean, we see it from afar. You're right in the middle of it. What kind of year, how would you describe the year that it's been, and where are the Jayhawks as they head into this tournament?
Great question, Bo. When we saw you guys in October, Hunter Dickinson didn't play, and obviously everybody knew then this was not the Kansas team we were going to see over the course of the year. Rylan Griffin also didn't play. Shaquille Moore was out, and he's been, honestly, maybe a once every couple weeks type guy for Kansas. The other two they thought would be regular heavy lifters, and Hunter has been that. He was not the first-team preseason All-American he was billed to be. It took him a little while to realize some of that potential, but he finished on the third team, really dominating in the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season. He's had double-doubles in 7 of his last 8 games, became just the 14th player in D1 college basketball history to have 1,000 points at 2 different schools, and largely he's been as advertised. Rylan Griffin, though, who Razorback fans didn't see but know very well from his previous Alabama days, he's been up and down. And the same is true with A.J. Storr, who Kansas thought they were getting the number 2 player in the transfer portal, a second-team All-Big Ten wing who could create off the bounce and go get his, no matter what the defense looked like. He's been a disappointment. He went from 17 a game last year at Wisconsin to 6 a game at Kansas. And while he did flash a glimmer of hope in the Big 12 tournament a week ago with a 19-point output in their opening round game, by and large, he's been a disappointment. And so you look at it, and Kansas has had probably 3 or 4 pieces that just haven't fit or haven't been available, in Shaquille Moore's case, due to injury, to fit like they thought they would. And so the roster construct of April and May of last spring, when this team came together and everybody in the nation thought it was preseason number 1, has been a far cry from that. And simply put, DeJuan Harris and K.J. Adams, who won national championships with Kansas in 2022, they've been good, but probably are better served as auxiliary pieces in supporting roles, not guys that have to carry the mail. And at times this season they've had to, and it hasn't looked nearly the way the Kansas fans expect KU basketball to look. So all that to say, back-to-back seasons of being preseason number one, but then by the time Selection Sunday rolls around, a year ago they were a 4 seed and they were walking wounded with their star player being out for the tournament. This year a 7 seed, much more healthy, but they've only ever been a 7 seed once before, and that was with Ted Owens as the coach, if that puts a timestamp on it for you, long before the days of Self, Roy Williams, or Larry Brown. So that's the kind of season it's been for Kansas.
Hey, Brian, I know when we talked in October, we talked about Arkansas and Kansas playing in March, but we thought it might be a Sweet 16 game or a Final Four game, and obviously it's not turned out that way. I thought it was interesting, though, after the pairing was announced, Bill Self said, I kind of thought it would be Arkansas. Did he expand on that or anything? Because he said, I just kind of knew we'd be paired with Arkansas.
He hasn't elaborated, but I think just based on the history with Coach Cal, the fact that they've met twice in NCAA title games in 2008, 2012, and have a long-standing history that goes back to briefly crossing paths at Kansas in the mid-'80s when both were graduate assistants under Larry Brown in different years, but knew each other going back that far. I think he just thought that a lot of times the selection committee tries to set up certain matchups that are made for TV and have great storylines, and whoever wins this one to get potentially Rick Pitino in the round of 32, what a great storyline that would be as well, particularly if it's Coach Cal versus Coach Pitino, though we don't want to think about that. But I agree with you, Chuck. When you guys blew the doors off of our shell of a team there in October with 3 of our 9 rotational pieces not playing, I really felt like Arkansas had the look of a top 10 team, and I guess we're forced to wonder what might have been had they had better health on their side. But there's a ton of talented pieces in this group. It's been interesting to see the former Missouri Tiger, Trevin Brazile, step up of late, become a much different player down the stretch. I know that's caught Bill's eye. And obviously we're all concerned about Boogie Fland's return. No matter how many minutes he plays or what he looks like, we remember him going for 20-plus, being so electric off the bounce. If there's one area of concern for Kansas, as good as DeJuan Harris can be as a defensive guard, and 2 years ago he was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, sometimes super quick guards can break him down off the dribble because he's just not an elite level, side-to-side quickness guy. And so when we heard that he might be available, Boogie that is, certainly major concerns for Kansas, because when we were packing up our gear and leaving Bud Walton Arena there on that late Friday night in October, I thought to myself, wow, these Razorbacks, they're going to be top 10, maybe top 5 by the time December rolls around. And obviously you guys have had some tough breaks along the way.
Hey, ever since you guys got back from that trip to Utah, I mean, you've not won every game, but every game's been close. Is there the feeling that you're close? I mean, I know that's an overused phrase, but is that kind of the feeling as you guys prepare to play?
Yeah, I think that's fair. It was obviously a real low point to lose by 34 in Provo after losing to a Utah team 3 days earlier that fired their coach a few days later. That was the absolute rock bottom for Kansas. The 34 points they lost by at BYU matched the all-time worst blowout in the Bill Self era, and that was a 2021 NCAA tournament in the bubble in Indianapolis game versus USC. So they really bottomed out at that point. There was definite gut check, players only meeting type stuff to try to right the ship. And I think that there's been one major difference since then. Hunter Dickinson has been on a different level. I referenced the double-doubles in 7 of his last 8. Heading into March Madness, or heading into the Big 12 tournament, I should say, he was averaging 23 a game in the 3 weeks following that road trip that you spoke to. They've made a concerted effort to play through him more, and it certainly worked. And then in our last 3 games, Zeke Mayo, a name I've not mentioned yet, our number 2 scorer and a Lawrence High product from right there in Lawrence, Kansas. He's a South Dakota State transfer who's averaged just under 15 a game. he's caught fire. And the last 3, he's hit 5+ threes in each of those. As far back as our sports information team can look, that had never happened at Kansas going back to 1996, 1997. So he's been on a tear, and it's important that whether it's Zeke hitting the threes or Ryland Griffin or someone else, they got to be able to stretch the floor to keep defenses honest, keep them from clamping down and sagging around Hunter Dickinson and making spacing a nightmare for him. I think the other guy that's been a little bit better of late, KJ Adams, he's our power forward. He looks like Tarzan, and this guy's jumping over everybody, making tremendous plays. He's played with a want-to factor, as Roy Williams used to say, that looks like a guy who knows tomorrow's game could be his last. He knows that every time you lace him up from here, this could be the end of the road. So he's been playing with real purpose and passion, and I think that's made a difference too. But great observations, Chuck and Bo. We have looked better. They went into Houston and darn near won that game against the number 1 seed that's top 10 in Ken Palm's offensive and defensive efficiency. That was a really good-looking loss, and we don't normally talk about those things in Kansas, but in a season like this one, it was a bit of a moral victory. So I think there's definitely promise there, and I think the prevailing thought around our fan base and media that covers this team is, you get to March, you still have one of the top 5 coaches in the game today. You've got the oldest roster in America, a lot of guys that have done a lot of winning throughout their careers. Heck, Hunter scored nearly 3,000 points. So at this point, it's all about matchups, and I don't know how great this one is for Kansas tomorrow night, but you'll take your chances with Bill Self, if they can continue to advance, because he's one of the best to ever do it, and this is still an awfully talented team that if they can just put it together and get guys to finally play in concert with togetherness, there's a reason they were picked so highly all the way back in October.
He's Brian Haney, voice of the Jayhawks, and we'll get you out of here with this. Very simple. You went through a lot of it there. Well, what do you think, if you can narrow it down, what do you think this game comes down to?
Well, Boogie Fland's the ultimate wild card, right? You guys probably know way more than we do. I read the press clippings that Coach Cal says could be 10 to 15 minutes. That could turn into 30 minutes and 30 points pretty quickly, could it not, if he's doing fine and showing us the flashes we saw at Bud Walton in October. That's the concern for me, because at times, like I said, we've seen DeJuan struggle against quicker guards, but DeJuan's also had excellent performances where he surprises you. And obviously, you saw him score 26. Harris did, which was very atypical in the first meeting because we didn't have our normal guys. But if Kansas comes out and Zeke Mayo is hitting threes early, I think his confidence goes up. They're able to keep the floor spaced, keep feeding Hunter inside, and we're off to the races. If the moment proves to be too big and they're clanking threes early, and all of a sudden Arkansas is able to trap the post and double team, and Hunter's shooting over length, this could be a difficult night. And the reason why I referenced that, Bo, prior to Kansas City, which is the Big 12 tournament, which for folks on a map, that's 45 minutes away from Lawrence, all of Zeke's greatest games of 5+ threes were only at home. His road versus home splits were not great. They weren't good. It talks about 8 of your 17 home games you shoot lights out, but none of them on the road. He then had 2 really good shooting games in Kansas City, which many people call Allen Fieldhouse East. But I think that's the miracle question on the offensive side that we're all asking about. Will he be able to take that hot shooting on the road to a neutral site venue like this, far away, biggest stage, brightest lights of his career? Because he's the type of guy that could shoot Kansas all the way to the Elite Eight on his hot shooting alone. If he's clanking and there's more pressure on Hunter, I think Arkansas has the type of length to frustrate him a bit. But those would be some offensive keys, and then how does Kansas stay in front of Boogie Fland, and what do they do to try to slow down a recently surging Brazil, who they saw at Missouri for a couple of years? That'll obviously be a major question as well.
Brian Haney, voice of the Jayhawks. Man, great to catch up with you. I know you and Chuck catch up with the game. Thanks a bunch, man.
Hey, appreciate you both. So much respect for you both. Bo's one of the most talented guys I've met in our industry, and doing what we used to do together, the podcast business, and his direction of that is off the charts. And then Chuck's one of my real play-by-play heroes across the country. We first crossed paths, in the college baseball and then bowl game postseasons, and now to see each other so often in basketball has been fun too. So thank you both so much, guys. We look forward to seeing you real soon, and best of luck tomorrow night.
You're kind, man. Have a great call. Talk soon, Brian. Thank you. Brian Haney, straight class. Voice
That's
of the
a guy that
Jayhawks.
knows how to be a guest.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Jerry Palm the entire time he was on. Brian Haney could teach Jerry Palm a thing or two about being a good guest.
That's exactly right. Finish it off with a bunch of compliments.
That's exactly how you do it,
great.
right? I love you guys. You're the best.
You can feel great about your taxes, too, at H&R Block. 70 years of tax prep expertise going to work for you. If you need help with your taxes, don't wait anymore. Walk in or make an appointment. There's an H&R Block near you. It's 8:48. Good morning.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPascal.com today to schedule your service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, PRECIDENT. We'd love to help.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
Founded in 1976, Moix RV has always focused on bringing family and friends together, and this has never been truer than now. As we continue into our 50th year, we are proud to be a family-owned and operated Arkansas original. With marquee manufacturers like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Forest River, and Winnebago, we have the RV for your next adventure at prices that will not be beat. Moix RV, built for adventure, rooted in Arkansas. Visit us in Conway, Hot Springs, and Springdale, or online at moixrv.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You had comfortable shoes before they started coming out with like On Clouds and Hokas.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
I mean, we're sitting here around on our rear ends talking sports. I mean, I shouldn't, it doesn't make any sense to put on like boots, something like that. It doesn't make any sense.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you like good Arkansas people and locally owned businesses, that's what Splash Car Wash is. So if you like a clean car, how about a free car wash from Splash? Get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to this number, okay? Splash Arkansas to this number, 22322. 22322. Splash Arkansas, text that to 22322. You could audibly hear Brian Haney's concern about Boogie Fland. That is the ultimate compliment to me on a player coming back for Arkansas.
Well, you think about that game, and it's been so long ago, but Boogie was the best player on the floor, and Arkansas won the game. And so I can remember thinking at the time, hey, this guy may be a first-team All-American. Of course, it didn't work out that way, but yeah, I think, yes, you could hear it. I want to talk some more about this tomorrow. I found that very interesting. I think they feel, or at least to me, the tone of Brian's voice was, hey, they may think it's a bigger deal than we do.
Yeah. Well, I think it tells you the impact he can have on a game regardless of how many minutes he ends up playing. You know, like just get him out there for a couple of minutes, even if it's just to spell DJ. Or to have another guy.
Preparing for him.
Yeah.
It's giving him something to think about.
And it's another scorer in a time when Arkansas can struggle to get buckets, when they're in a drought. And you talked about that the other day. So much more to talk about tomorrow on a day full of activities. Chuck will be around the team throughout the day, media ops, practices. Chuck, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a great day in Providence. For all of us here at the Chuck and Bo Show, enjoy your Wednesday and the second night of play-in games.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like